PTV family. Catch us live on your TV screens.
Bet you know what time it is. It's time for Ekse, Game of Games. Can I hear some noise? On my left-hand side, Mandy. On my right-hand side, Sive. They proclaim that they know everything that has to do with dogs. Now the proof is in the pudding. Are you guys shaking or you are pretty much confident? Okay, one hand on your back. The quickest hand to reach the microphone will give me the answer. You guys, I understand that you're colleagues, but right now you are enemies. You're trying to outwit and outdo your opponent. I'm gonna give you multiple choice answers. I need the correct one. Normal adult dogs have how many teeth? Is it 1, 24, 2, 16, 3, 42, 4, 32? The quickest hand on the microphone. Is it 24, 16, 42, or 32? Sive. Adult dogs have 42 permanent teeth, also known as secondary teeth. Put it back. Through what part of the body do dogs sweat? Is it A, armpits, B, ears, C, backside, D, paws? Sive.
Backside also sweat? Also paws.
Paws. Yes, dogs sweat through the pads of their feet. However, paws sweat glands are only a minor way of heat release. Mostly dogs control their body temperature by panting. I'll take that answer. True or false? Dogs can see only in black and white. True or false? Dogs can only see in black and white. Mandy, are you part of the game?
True.
Dogs can actually see multiple colors. It's just that their color spectrum is more muted and muddy than what we see. So I will not take that answer. What is the most common training command taught to dogs? Is it A, stay, B, beg, C, sit, D, dance? Quickest hand on the microphone. What is your answer?
Sit.
At least according to animal behaviorist Kate Moment, sit is the most common training command taught to dogs. You get that one. What is a dog's most highly developed sense? Is it A, taste, B, smell, C, sight, D, touch? Fastest hand on the microphone.
Smell.
At least according, no, these senses of smell is a dog's most highly developed sense. That is correct. Puppies are delivered how many weeks after conception? A, 36, B, 22, C, 9, D, 4 weeks. 36, 22, 9, or 4 weeks? Your answer in the microphone.
36.
Mandy says 36. Pregnancy is much shorter in dogs than in humans. Only about 9 weeks total for dogs. Okay, one more question so that you redeem yourselves. Which dog breed has a black tongue? Which dog breed has a black tongue? Is it A, a husky, B, a poodle, C, a Weimaraner, or C, a chow chow? They can't hear you.
Chow chow.
Any dog breed can have a tongue with a dark pigment, but a few breeds are more prone to it, including a chow chow. I guess our winner for Ekse Game of Games is, ladies and gentlemen, without any doubt, Sive. There is a new outbreak Apagwizinja. There is a virus that we ought to know about and learn about. Ulwandile will be sitting down with Mandy as well as Sive to conduct this interview. Do you have a dog as a pet? This interview could be of use for you. This was Ekse Game of Games.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, one thing that they definitely know for sure is what we're going to be speaking about right now. As you've seen, Mandy and Sive were having a fun time with the Lamali Moon, playing a game of games. But right now, though, we're going to talk about something that is rather unfortunate, that is killing our four-legged friends, and that is called the Pava virus. Now, Sive and Mandy are from an organization titled Tier Animal Rescue, and they're here to tell us about what has been happening to the puppies and the dogs surrounding Cape Town. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
So much for inviting us.
Yes, now let's get right into it. First of all, Pava can also be referred to as cat flu, but it's influencing dogs. So can we just unravel that really quickly? What is the Pava virus if someone has never ever heard of it before, as well as the fact that why is it called the cat flu?
So it's just a term that people call it katgriep, cat flu, but it really has nothing to do with cats. So
Okay.
we refer to it as Pava virus.
Oh, okay.
So that's a very old saying, but it's not really commonly used at the moment, but it is also known as katgriep.
Okay, so what is Pava virus?
Hi, Pava virus. It's a very, very bad disease for puppies. So Pava virus is if you don't vaccinate your animal, it will get Pavo.
Yeah.
So Pava virus is something that attacks the dogs when they are still young, and then it's attacking like you. If you want to notice how the Pavo looks, or if you talk the Pavo,
Yeah.
you will stop playing,
Okay.
you will stop eating,
Yeah.
and then vomiting,
Okay.
and then diarrhea, very bloody diarrhea, and then it's bleeding from the inside, and the immune system of the dog is going down. You see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very painful for animals. It's very, very painful.
And then what started the Pava virus? I mean, we still have discusses about what started coronavirus, but maybe animals are more lucky where we know definitely what happened and how it started. Or did it just come about? It's like one of those diseases or viruses that just popped up and then it happened, and then you had to have a cure for it.
It is.
Is there a vaccination for the Pava virus?
Yes, there is. So we currently run a vaccine program for our mobile clinic,
Yeah.
and we promote that our community bring the animals to be vaccinated, particularly puppies. So we ask that they're vaccinated and start as little as 6 weeks old,
Okay.
and then we do the second vac at 9 weeks, and then at 12 weeks, and then again at 16 weeks.
All right.
So parvovirus attacks the immunity,
Okay, cool.
and which basically attacks the intestine. So if they don't have the immunity to fight that virus, they
Yes,
can
because they're
get-
so small.
Exactly, they'll get so
Yeah.
small. They're so small, they get so sick. So to prevent that
Yeah.
is to vaccinate against the virus.
Someone said prevention is the cure. Prevention is
Yes.
better than the cure. So how has it been working with working with different dogs? Do you feel like it helps to get, because I mean, it says here it goes up to 40, the chances of a dog surviving after it has parvovirus is 40% after you've given it the vaccine. So have you seen some improvements? Do you feel like there is some sort of hope that comes with this vaccine?
So I would say in the last year since COVID hit us, we haven't been practicing our mobile clinics, and so
Okay.
we haven't been able to vaccinate in the communities.
Okay.
So at the moment, we're seeing a high increase of parvo cases. So for us, it's very tough because a lot of the dogs and puppies have not been vaccinated, and so they're all getting the virus right now. And now that we're all going back into do mobiles, it's a little bit too late for the ones that didn't get their vaccine. So
Yeah.
Sive is on the ground. He can tell you how serious it is for the animals and the ones that are affected.
Please let me know.
It's very, very painful, guys. You see, when you see someone starting to have a baby, like for me, the animals is one of the members of the families. You see, you're getting a puppy that you don't know he's got parvo, and then now you're starting to take to the van, and then the COVID, as my colleague said, COVID, and then restrictions, we didn't go to do all the mobile vans, and now it's too late for other animals now. But now, if people they have puppies, the main thing is to go and vaccinate, and then we test also for parvo. you
Yeah.
see. Yes, and we test and then we see if the dog got parvo or not, and then we're starting to vaccinate. You see.
How easily accessible, though, is vaccination? Because, I mean, so many people are like, I love dogs, but I can't afford another child. And it's an animal child. And it has so many cares and needs that it needs. So how affordable is it to have vaccination, especially in this economy? I mean, we're not going to stay blind to the fact that so many people lost their jobs. Maybe my first instinct is not to say, hey, let me take my dog to the vet, because I know that's going to be a whole nother expense. So is it affordable to South Africans? If I can't get the vaccine, what can I do?
So unfortunately, there is no other prevention other than to vaccinate. And affordable, it's 60 Rand to vaccinate. Tears Animal Rescue will sponsor you one free vaccination with a free sterilization,
Yeah.
but you would still have to at least pay for one more.
Okay.
Ideally, you want to have 4 vaccines or vaccinations. But 60 rand is a lot of money. So that's why we ask our supporters and donors to support our clinic so that we can do more free vaccinations for the communities. But if you honestly ask me if it's affordable, it's tough because you'll have to choose between vaccinating your pet or, buying a loaf of bread and some milk. So at this time of the economy, it is tough for them to afford it.
Yeah, and then what are some of the cases that you've seen that were just really heartbreaking? I mean, you talked about a little bit of the symptoms, but I feel like we need to go in depth and find out what it is that happens to the puppies. Okay, so maybe a puppy has Pava, and then he stops wanting to play. And then maybe a few weeks, or how progressive it is actually. Does it happen all within a week, or is it like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you're not going to see it? It might be 5 weeks, the puppy's dead. Like, what's going on?
Hey, you see, on that case, you see, sometimes the dogs, you see, got different types of dogs, you see. Some of them, they can fight, you see, some of them, they can't fight, you see. Like, let's say, a pit bull puppy. Sometimes they come in, you think it's still fresh, but when you're starting now to treat and stuff like that, and you see it's starting to go down.
Yeah.
You see, and it's very, very, very bad for them. Like say, when they start diarrhea and vomiting, you got a diarrhea and then you're vomiting, it means now you're losing water in your body. It means that dog is going to get dehydrated. You see, and then it's like daily things. Like today it will be better, tomorrow it's worse, and then it goes down until to death. You see.
All right, I'm sure I have some dog lovers out there that are asking themselves, oh my God, would I be able to see if my dog had the Pava virus? So luckily though, they brought in some incredible pictures to show you guys before and after what the puppy looks like, or rather what the dog looks like before he got the vaccine and after he was treated, and feeling way much better than how he came. So let's check these cute little pictures out. What are some of the main differences that you see after you start treating a dog from Pava virus?
So it is very aggressive, to go back on your question, and it happens in a space of like a week. Basically, they show symptoms for 1 or 2 days, where they're like, so this is the vomiting, diarrhea, they're nauseous and all of that. And then by the 3rd or 4th day, they're going to need intensive treatment, where they need to have a drip, they need to be force-fed, they need to be monitored and make sure they're hydrated. So that whole treatment is between a week to 2 weeks intensively. And then obviously once they've recovered from the intensive treatment, then it takes up to a month to fully recover. So it's quite a long road, but some animals have better immunity. So it really just depends on if they were vaccinated or not.
Right, and then, oh my God, I can imagine so many puppy parents are literally saying, looking at their dogs like, is my dog fine? Where can I find you if my dog is not fine?
So if you live out in the deep south, which is Masipamlela, Ocean View, Redhill, Vrygrond, Retreat, Seawinds, Capricorn, we can assist you. Our mobile clinics go out there regularly through the week. We have an ambulance service. Please call Tears and we will pick up your pet if it's sick. Otherwise, we have our mobile clinics. If you're anywhere else in the Cape Town area vicinity, please call us. We'll also gladly assist you.
Can we have your phone number, please?
Yes, it's 021-785-4482.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you got that. If your four-legged friend is not feeling grand, you need to make sure you call Tears Animal Rescue, and they'll make sure that your puppy is good. But right now, though, we're going to take a quick ad break, and we will see you after this.
CTV family, catch us live.